21, lesson 2, so we're almost finished to the end of the book. So today we're going to solve problems involving elapsed time. So elapsed time just means like time that passes, okay? So today you're going to use visual models to represent, add, subtract times to solve problems involving elapsed time. So let's read the definition of elapsed time. Elapsed time is the amount of time that passes, so time that passes from the start of an activity to the end of the activity. So let's look at question number 1. Alec arrives at the jump rope club meeting at 3:15 p.m. He leaves at 4:05 p.m. How many minutes is Alec at the meeting? So he arrives at 3:15 and he leaves at 4:05. How many minutes is Alec at the meeting? So A, what information do you know? Well, we know what time he arrives and what time he leaves. So time of arrival and time that he leaves. The time he starts and the time he ends. What information do you need to know? Well, we need to know, what we're trying to find out is how many minutes he's at the meeting. Or the elapsed time. How many minutes he's at the meeting. I'm going to abbreviate minutes with MIN. Minutes. He is at the meeting. So we'll call that elapsed time. We want to know the elapsed time from the time he arrives and the time he leaves. So let's start at 3:15 and count up to 4:05. So show time jumps on the number line. Let's do time jumps since it starts at 3:15. Let's do time jumps of 15 minutes. So let's say 3:15, so the next 30 minutes would be 3:30. And then from 3:30, let's go to 3:45. 3:45, let's go to 4 o'clock. And then the time he leaves was at 4:05. So let's do, well, that's 4:05. So that was from here to here is 15 minutes. From here to here is another 15. From here to here is another 15. And then from 4 o'clock to 4:05, that was only 5 minutes. Okay? So how can you find the elapsed time? Well, let's add the number of minutes together. So let's add 15, the first 15 minutes. So that's 1, this second one, 15, that 15, plus the 5. So how many minutes is Alec at the meeting? So 15 plus 15 is 30, 30 plus 15 is 45, and 45 plus 5 is 50. So how long is he at the meeting? For 50 minutes. And it's a whole lot easier if you can look at a clock in front of you. If you're looking at a clock and you can count, you can see those 15-minute intervals and then add that last 5 minutes. So this is a whole lot easier to figure out elapsed time if you kind of look at a clock and judge it. So on the next page, so question number 2, it says Mrs. Bates rides the bus to the community center. She gets on the bus at 7:36 a.m. and she gets off the bus at 8:07 a.m. How long is she on the bus? So she gets on at 7:36 and then the bus lets her off at 8:07. How much time passes before she gets off the bus? Use the term elapsed time, start time, and end time to write a subtraction equation that could be used to find the elapsed time. Well, they've already used elapsed time, so let's do the start time or the end. So let's figure out, we're going to do a subtraction problem, so let's do the end time. So end time was 8:07, and we're going to take away the 7:36. We're going to take away the start time, and we'll get the elapsed time. So it says first subtract the minutes. Think of 36 minutes, take away 7 minutes, and then regroup 8 hours and 7 minutes as 7 hours and 67 minutes. So let's look at this. So we have 8 hours. We're going to borrow 1 hour. Okay, if we borrow 1 hour, how many minutes are in 1 hour? So if we borrow from the 8 hours, that's going to make 7 hours. And 1 hour is the same as 60 minutes. So we're going to add 60 minutes. So 60 plus 7 is going to be 67 minutes. So now we're going to be able to subtract. So if we have 67 minutes, we can subtract 36 minutes. So 7 take away 6 is 1. 6 take away 3 is 3. All right, 7 take away 7 is 0 hours. So how long is Mrs. Bates on the bus? 31 minutes. And this works because we know that 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. And we've been working on regrouping all year. So this is where we actually regrouped 1 hour and we converted it to minutes. So 1 hour equals 60 minutes. All right, number 3, we're dealing with hours, minutes, and seconds. So it says Jill finishes a race at 9:06:48. So 9 hours, 6 minutes, and 48 seconds in the morning. The race started at 6:44 and 52 seconds. How long does it take Jill to finish the race? And again, this is hours. They gave us hours, minutes, and seconds. Let me put this right here. This is hours. I'll put it right here. Hours, minutes, and seconds. That's why we have 3 numbers. All right, so it says, how can you use the information you know to find the elapsed time from start to finish? Well, let's subtract. We're going to take away the start time from the end time. Subtract start time from the end time. So we're going to subtract 6 hours, 44 minutes, 52 seconds. We're going to subtract that from 9 hours, 6 minutes, and 48 seconds. Let me write it here so you know what I'm saying. So 9 hours, 6 minutes, and 48 seconds. And we're going to subtract the 6 hours, that was the start time, 44 minutes, and 52 seconds. So we're going to have to borrow a minute and borrow an hour. Okay, so let's start. We have 48. Can we take away 52? No. So let's come over here. We're going to borrow 1 minute. That's going to give me 5 minutes. We're going to add a minute here. So if we add 1 minute, that is 60 seconds. So we're going to say 60 plus 48 because there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So 60 plus 48 is going to be 108 seconds. I'm going to mark that out. So now we have 108 subtract 52. So 8 take away 2 is 6, and then 10 take away 5 is 5. So now we have 56 seconds. All right, now we have 5 minutes. Can we take away 44 minutes? Absolutely not. So let's borrow 1 hour. So that 9 hours becomes 8 hours. We're going to borrow 1 hour. Remember, 1 hour equals to 60 seconds. We're going to add 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. So 60 minutes plus the 5 minutes, so this will be 65 minutes. So now we're going to subtract 44 from 65. So 5 take away 4 is 1, and 6 take away 4 is 2. That's 21 minutes. And then let's look at our hours. So we have 8 hours, take away 6 hours, we have 2 hours. So they want to know, how long does it take Jill to finish the race? Jill ran 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 56 seconds. 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 56 seconds. So this is a hard problem. You will not have a problem that has hours, minutes, and seconds on the EOG. We typically only look at hours and minutes. So hopefully y'all are successful at that problem. On the next page, let's do check your understanding. So at the top of the page, I want you to do number 1 and 2. Just wondering if it's going to come up. Number 1 and 2. So do this on your own and then start the video back to check yourself. All right, question number 1. It says lunch break starts at 11:10 a.m. and ends at 11:48 a.m. Use the number line to find the elapsed time. Well, you want to see how long it takes to get from 11:10 to 11:48. One could count from 10 to 48. You could subtract 11:48, subtract 11:10, or you can use the number line. So let's do this. If we start at 11:10, let's get a good even point. So 11:10 to 11:30. So 11:10 to 11:30 is going to be 20 minutes. That's 20 minutes. And then from 11:30 to, let's do another 15-minute interval. So let's do to 11:45. So that's 15 minutes. So we'll add the minutes together. And then from 11:45 to 11:48. So 11:45 to 11:48, that's 3 minutes. So let's add 20 plus 15 plus 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. 2 plus 1 is 3. 38 minutes. That's a longer lunch than I get. So the lunch break is 38 minutes. Another way you could have done this is 11:48 subtract 11:10. This is what we did on the other problem. So we can solve this one pretty easy without converting our hours to minutes. So 8 take away 0 is 8. 4 take away 1 is 3. And 11 take away 11 is 0. So it's 38 minutes. All right, number 2. Hiroshi times his exercise for the day. He starts walking at 4:18:13 p.m. So we got another hours, minutes, and seconds. He stops walking at 4:36:26 p.m. How long does Hiroshi walk? Okay, so let's solve this. He walks, so let's start with the end time. So we got 4:36:26, and we're going to subtract 4:18:13. Oh, we're not going to have to regroup anything. Okay, so 6 take away 3 is 3, 2 take away 1 is 1, and then 6 take away 8, we will have to regroup here. It's 2, 16, 16 take away is 8, 2 take away 1 is 1. So we have 13 seconds, 18 minutes, and then 4 take away 4, that is 0. So how long does he walk? Hiroshi walks for 18 minutes and 13 seconds. 18 minutes and 13 seconds.